I'm going to do a little bit of a story time for you guys because I want to tell you guys about what happened to me Tuesday. So this Tuesday, I was at work covering my boss's shift, and this older gentleman comes into the store buying tons of chips and everything else. Like, it was EBT day, everyone got food stamps. Pretty regular occurrence to buy food, tons of food, because it's food stamp day. So that didn't bring up suspicion. But when he started asking for cartons and cartons of smokes, that's bringing up a suspicion. So I started putting things in bags and then putting them by my feet under the counter, because they have like a shelf thingy. So I put it there, saying, hey, once you pay for it, I can give it to you, but right now I have to hold the items till you pay for it. Any job will say the same thing. Wasn't doing anything illegal because he hasn't officially purchased it. It's my property till he pays for it in cash or card or whatever he wants to choose. But we do not accept checks. Now, my line was forming at this time. I kept telling him, hey, sir, we can't take that. Number one is fraudulent. It wasn't matching anything. It was not filled out. Nothing was filled out. So I say, hey, sir, I can't take that. I can't take that. I'm sorry. We don't accept checks. If you have debit card, EBT, I can take that, but I can't take your checks. He started getting angry. And then I recognized who he was. He was a second offender. He did this to me before. So I got kind of skittish, but I didn't show it. Like, I wasn't like, oh my god, that's him. And he called cops. I didn't mention anything about calling anyone because, you can't call the police department until something happens. So I was waiting, and then suddenly he gets angry because I kept explaining to him I can't do that. So I have two regular customers behind him and one random customer I don't know. And the guy comes behind the counter, which is no, you're not supposed to do that, and rips the smokes out of my hand and tries running out the door with him. The customer I never knew before grabbed the smokes from him and gave them back to me so I could put them back in the place where he couldn't get them. Then he comes back in for the checkbook. Now, this checkbook is fraud. It doesn't match him at all. He didn't show an ID. He's supposed to, even, I worked at Walmart before, supposed to show ID checks. He didn't show me an ID, so, illegally I have a right to take the checkbook. I looked at the checkbook. There was a guy I'm going to name him Bob, on the checkbook that didn't match the guy, Aaron. Okay? Fake names, not the real names. Don't come after me. I'm saving all the personal information. But the regular customer started yelling at him to get out of the store because he couldn't come back in because I told him to get off the property. So one of my regular customers called the cops for me because I could not call them because something was not stolen. But since it was a second offender, I was going to call him once he left, but I did not want to turn my back on him. I wanted to make sure he was not going to take anything else, run out of anything. I was watching him like a flippin' hawk. Oop, dog. So, sorry about crying. So, I then get freaked out and start crying after this person leaves. Like, I literally started having a mental breakdown because I felt violated. I felt like I was not safe at work anymore. I felt betrayed. I felt hurt. I just felt overall scared and terrified. And my customer, she's a female, came over to give me a hug because I was literally crying. Because I did not know what to do, and my boss wasn't answering. I was freaking out. And I did not know if he had a gun, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And it was a very, very traumatic experience, and this was not the first time I have gotten, stuff stolen from me before, but never has anyone came behind the counter and grabbed things from me physically. I even have a cut, I don't know if you can tell, on my hand. Where is it? From him grabbing the smokes on my hand. And the officer said that can be called as assault because, he did caught me, but, he's banned from the property now. If I see him again, I have to call the cops immediately so they come over, escort him off. And I I love my job. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. I love the people I work with. It's just these customers, there's only a few customers who take advantage of you. You could be sweet to them. You could even be rude to them. You could be mean to them. You can, not show that they bother you. But at the same time, they always win, which is kind of completely bullshit that I can't do anything to stop them. But at the same time, I understand why the companies, every place I worked at actually had the same policy that you cannot go after people, which is kind of ridiculous, but at the same time you kind of can, because some companies have a double standard that, like Walmart, for instance, at least Walmart, the Walmarts I worked at, if something gets stolen from you, you get terminated. So, yeah. But that's my little rant, guys. I just need to get that off my chest, because now I have PTSD even more bad than I did before. So, yeah. That's my story time.